fact that the Earth's temperature is rising scare you? Today I'll be talking about global warming to hopefully inform you of the serious effects that global warming has. Without being aware of the dangers ahead, we will never be able to stop them. A researcher's topic for a while, in my opinion, has yet to change. Although some people don't agree with global warming, many have done research on first, what exactly global warming is, second, the effects global warming has on everything, and finally, third, how to prevent global warming. According to Global Warming 101, global warming is the long-term rise in the average temperature of the Earth's climate system. The overall temperature of the Earth started to increase a long time ago, but just recently raised to 1.6 degrees Fahrenheit since 1880. And that may not sound like a lot, but it's not stopping anytime soon. And scientists say that if we don't change our ways and stop producing greenhouse gases, the overall temperature could rise 10 degrees in the next 100 years. Greenhouse gases are gases that trap heat and radiation inside the Earth's atmosphere. See, most of the time radiation comes and it bounces off the Earth's atmosphere and it escapes to space. But with all these gases clogging the pores of the atmosphere, it's not able to escape. There are many different types of gases that contribute to greenhouse gases. The different types of gases include methane, which is 10%, and that comes from the Earth, and it's things like sewage and mud. And then there's nitrous oxide, which is things like laughing gas, which is 6%. And then there's fluorinated gases that come from your refrigerators and microwaves. And then this big blue part on the graph is carbon dioxide, which is 82% of the greenhouse gases that contribute. Carbon dioxide comes from every time we burn fossil fuels like oil and coal and natural gas, and it also comes from forest fires. All those gases that I named off and more contribute, or they act as a heating blanket to the Earth's atmosphere. Now that you know about what global warming is, let's talk about what it affects. Global warming is the cause of many issues that animals, plants, and people face almost every single day. First, let's talk about the polar ice caps. Polar ice caps are what cover the North and South Pole with large sheets of ice that form because of the high latitude regions away from the sun. The caps themselves are really helpful and nice to the ecosystem, but it's when they start to melt from global warming is when we have a problem. Since they're melting, sea levels are rising, which causes the coastal areas to will go through more intensive erratic storms. Animals are also greatly affected by the ice caps melting. As Hailey said in How Polar Bears Are Affected by Global Warming, polar bears are one of the few Arctic animals that rely on sea ice for their prey. As the Arctic Sea melts, the bears become more redundant. This is probably the biggest threat to polar bears, as it seems more than before that they're going to be extinct no later than 2060. Coral bleaching is also a cause of global warming. Coral bleaching occurs when the water turns warmer. This algae sticks to the coral and then they depend on each other. As the water turns warmer, the coral gets stressed out and the algae leaves, which means that the coral's main food supply is gone and they're more prone to disease. According to the National Ocean Service, in 2005, the U.S. lost half of its coral reefs in the Caribbean in just 1 year. Now that you know about just a couple of the effects global warming has, let's talk about how to prevent global warming. There are many different ways and some simple ways to prevent global warming. One way to prevent it is by making renewable energy, which is things like windmills and solar panels. Next, you can reduce your water waste and make sure to unplug all your devices when they're not in use. Next, you can acquire a fuel-efficient car and make sure that the tire pressure in your car is good. You can also invest in a carbon offset, and carbon offsets help reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the air. In summary, global warming / climate change is the overall rising temperature of the Earth. Many different things cause the temperature to rise, but mainly greenhouse gases such as methane, fluorinated gases, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide. Even though global warming has begun, we can curb it by being more efficient with our resources. I hope to have enlightened you on a very serious issue that seems to be pushed back. If you are interested in learning more about global warming and want to stay updated, you can go to climate.nasa.gov for a ton of information. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my speech. Hailey Gorman.